कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative.
Oh, I thought I would be talking to myself here, but for some reason on this Tuesday morning, I'm very confused. It wasn't me. I'm stuck here at the moment. It's Tuesday morning where I am, but it's also Saturday evening in Nicaragua, which is a slightly backward country. So I'm not sure what time it is exactly when the show goes out. I want to just rename the show. We're bored with the name. The present name is Cyrus Says Cock and Bull, presented by Volvo Cars India with pet care partner Heads Up for Tails. Thank you for that. Thinking of changing the name to the democratic process of Cyrus Says. I'll explain that in a second. Every day I fight with people, places I go to where they call me sir for no reason. I try to explain it to them. Today I screamed at a cleaning lady who said, "Good morning, sir." I said, "If you call me sir again, I'm going to kill myself in front of you." And I think she was most appalled and I thought she felt insulted. She felt really upset and hurt. And then I realized that Indians just don't understand democratic and egalitarian thought. It's just like wasted on them, you know. And so she actually thought I was just being a big bully, which I wasn't. I was just trying to tell her, stop calling people sir. There's no need to call anybody sir in the country. Never again. Even people of mixed genders who have issues with what to be called, that's another story altogether, but no sirs, all right? So I've decided this show now must have a philosophy and a premise, and the premise is to spread democratic thought. And we'll do that by calling it the democratic process of Cyrus Says. Brought two of the greatest philosophers India has seen since Mahavir himself. Abbas, who came via Lucknow 300 years ago.
No, Cyrus, I'm joining from Khargharpur. It's 5 p.m. over here. Yeah. And it's not even a Tuesday. It's some completely other day over here.
Hey, India is divided into many time zones. You pick your day. No problem. And of course, we've got Kajol, who always joins us live from her studio in Kandivli.
I'm also in Khargharpur. Listen, I have to confess something. I always thought there were two IITs, okay? Khargharpur and Khargharpur.
When you say it sounds sexual.
The IIT is not a problem there, Kajol. The fact that you thought there was a city called Khargharpur.
I know, but it's spelled so wrong, yeah.
It's fine.
It's not my fault.
Don't worry. The things that have been done to Indians and India, I mean, this is not really in the list of crimes. Why are you worried? Let it pass.
True.
Yeah.
And for all we know, in a few years, there might be a place called Khargharpur, considering we're changing.
If Kajol and Kandivli secede from the Indian,
yeah.
I mean, they straight away, as their leader, ask her what name should we go with. And I remember this in a show once, and there you go. Special discount to IITians. Do you get any feedback from anybody from IIT? Does anybody from IIT follow you?
Not yet. No one from IIT watches this podcast, I think.
Oh, that's how.
Kajol, I have been approached by IIT to take a comedy workshop for them.
Free?
Yeah, as in to improve his comedy. They'll
It's
teach him.
free. One second, but I have something to say.
It is free.
Okay, they will promise you lunch, okay? Then they had called me to do all these
It's
shows.
online.
It's
Not
online.
even lunch.
Yes, not even
You
lunch.
can't even order Zomato and ask them to pay. Not even that. Yeah.
They promised me lunch and all to judge a comedy contest. And they asked me beforehand, a student called me and said, what would you like? Would you like a Frankie? And I'll put in a brownie and something and a milkshake. What flavor of milkshake? When I finally got my lunch, I saw this flat chapati on it. Okay, there was nothing else on the plate.
That's engineering for Frankie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when I lifted up the chapati, there was a small brownie smashed underneath that. So lunch is now worth it.
Oh God, this sounds like the British all over again. A small brownie smashed underneath that for no reason whatsoever, and no repercussion, no reparations.
Aren't IIT canteens supposed to be like legendary for their food and all?
It is, but it's not necessarily legendary for great food. But it's a legendary canteen. Mumbai, I'm talking about. I can't speak for all. But everyone who's performed there, generally it is free. We did a podcast. You guys were around at that point. I don't know. Naveen was the anchor.
I was, yeah.
Naveen was the anchor, and they attacked him physically with slippers.
What?
And I encouraged it, of course.
No,
I
what
felt that was
happened?
the best part of the show. We did a pod with
Sanjay Jha and Shazia Ilmi.
Shazia and Sanjay Jha. This guy's better than me. Remembers everything.
I know.
You were
Sanjay
there,
Jha is
boss?
not in the party anymore. No, I wasn't there. I heard the episode though.
Well,
as in I was at IVM, but I wasn't producing.
Well, that
it.
doesn't mean he can't stand for the presidency because everybody else did. So, I mean, he just put his hand up. Yeah. But to be honest, from what he told all of us offline, which we should never say online, is that he just called a spade to the first family. And after which there was disenchantment, as you can see, and the chasm grew, and before you know it, he was out. So basically, there was no way criticism would be accepted. Which is, look at us at the podcast. We finish the show, Spurge immediately says, "Bench out, Cyrus, come here," and immediately point A. Point B, naak mein baal hai, kaan mein baal hai, ye hai, wo hai. Immediately, tuck, he gives it to you. And we take it quietly, right? Because we want to improve the show, right, Kajol? That's what our shows are. Didn't we meet for 3 hours yesterday thinking about what we can do on the show today? How we can make it a better
yes.
Yeah,
Of course,
we
yes.
did that, yes.
A typical Monday morning it was yesterday. Yes, where we met.
do that on a bus. The Congress doesn't want to do that. And that's why that's the reason. Because after, if you fail 2, 3 elections, I'm talking about general elections, I know they won here and there in states, but you got to look inwards, and somebody's got to say, I'm accountable, and somebody's got to say, we need some change. The perestroika and glasnost moment comes, and that didn't happen. And now, if you go back, Mallikarjun Kharge himself, I think that's all the wrong. Whatever. Who am I to decide what the Congress does?
I heard that Shashi Tharoor put some wrong map of India on his manifesto or something like that. He's cut out bits of Jammu and Kashmir.
Whoa! Even I have only heard read the headline. I didn't read the piece.
In the internet world we live in, that would be a big boo-boo. But doesn't mean he can't win the presidency. Like I said, it may be overlooked. I as a fan of Shashi Tharoor, I hope he wins. I hope he resurrects the party. I hope they have some sort of credibility after that. And opposition is needed. Whether you're pro-BJP or anti-BJP, opposition is needed. Or we just don't have any functioning democracy. And I'm using the word loosely in any case, right, guys? So come on. Yeah.
Yes. So Cyrus, you remember the impersonation I did of Mr. Tharoor?
Let's go.
Somebody in the comments pointed out that my Tharoor sounds more like Swapan Das Gupta.
No,
I can't agree more.
That's not fair. It's a pretty good
Tharoor. It's very high pitched. The thing is.
That was not.
Yeah, he's very high pitched.
I was doing Swapan Das Gupta.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It's very high pitched.
I'm a fan of you, Abbas. I've become a fan. I love the Shashi Tharoor. We have to accept that it was a good performance. And who's this guy? I think he's just trying to get under your skin, your massive skin, because
that's true. Yeah.
And all that.
But stop discouraging me.
I'll tell you what. Put it out on the chat. Yeah. Everybody who thinks that this is a pretty good Shashi Tharoor, he'll do it at some point in the show. And for those who haven't heard it before. And Shashi Tharoor, if you're forgetting India, things like that, and you can't remember who you are, talk to Abbas just to get a little refresher course.
I have met him actually. I got one of his books signed by him, The Great Indian Novel.
You dare do the impression?
No, I did not. But on the first page, he wrote to Abbas, the Great Indian Reader ? And then he signed it.
Oh, that
he went by look.
Good.
He went by look, but Abbas is one of the few IVM readers. So there's Amit and there's Abbas. And there's nobody else. Let's be totally honest. Not a single other person. Oh, who was what is the manga comics? Oh, Silvery, I suppose. Yeah, 3.
Silvery, yeah. No, he reads hentai.
Hentai is similar, isn't it? What is it?
Yeah, it's Japanese porn, animated porn.
You have to do it as Shashi Tharoor. If you're going to talk about Japanese porn, I need Tharoor's voice to convince me.
So the art form of hentai, they have these really voluptuous women with tentacles coming out of them and people doing things to them which I'd rather not mention on air because it goes against the grain of my morality and
all
my
you had to do is
morality.
Go with testicles instead of tentacles and we'd have had another, oh my god, imbroglio.
Yeah.
Imbroglio. Yeah. What do you say, Kajol? Not bad, no? Have you seen this site? I don't know. He's got a pretty good set of impressions. It's taken us 6 years to unveil that.
No, okay. He's got a really good American accent. The Russian accent, I'm not too sure about.
No. Even if they aren't authentic, they're funny.
Really
For me, the game is always, do you laugh? If you laugh, the guy's won you over. If you don't laugh, only that really petty prick is going on saying, it's 92% Georgian, 7% Azerbaijan, and 1% Crawford market. Fuck you. That's ridiculous. So it's always about, there's so many people do the Sachin thing. My good friend Vikram Sate, who became a comedian after that, he just nailed it. He just nailed it. And I used to use him in all the MTV functions because I used to just die laughing. Then I'd go on a plane with him and I used to drive him mad. I'd be like, Vikram, you have to talk like Sachin for the whole drive 2 hours to Delhi. And you can't, 2 hours to Delhi is Delhi. Yeah, but it's definitely a good place to pick up something to eat. And then of course I would try my bit and would go on like two morons. And he was head of marketing at that point. You can see where the world is going. So Abbas, well done. Luckily, you're doing a Congress politician. Maybe with a name like Abbas, you have to watch out who you're doing the impression of. Yeah.
There's only one person on the other side who Abbas can impersonate, look-wise and voice-wise, and it would just.
So that's Amit Doshi. Amit Doshi's nailed that one. Sorry, Abbas. He just.
I have impersonated him in a real live I did with Sriram.
And then you migrated.
Yes, to Khargharpur.
The only time we were told on CnBC, actually told not to do impressions or take on a subject was on him over one issue. I won't get into that and all. It's the only time. People ask you, do they ever tell you? They've been very nice. In spite of
Yeah.
a change in government, slightly, more right wing or whatever, this is the only time, and it's only to do with him. We've never been asked not to do anything about the PM. Well, obviously we're not
Yeah.
stupid, so there's only so much we do. Man Ki Baat, we don't really look at that magnum
So
opus.
when I went to Ahmedabad, a comedian there took me on a night drive to see this man's bungalow. All right.
Arey, he was trying to pataw you, Kajol. You don't understand men. The Prime Minister's incidental.
There's got to be better heritage sites in Ahmedabad. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, what can you see in the night?
Quit
in a
while you're
bungalow?
ahead. You're not Shashi
Just the
Tharoor. You're just the
walls.
impressionist.
I just saw
Sorry.
walls. I saw dimly lit walls of this man's bungalow.
You're prejudiced. Look at the way you're telling the story. I just want to play devil's advocate for a second. I mean, you start the story by saying, what a horrible idea to take me there. Then aesthetically speaking, disappointed. And again, in the list of criticisms against him, not the highest and
but
heaviest.
listen, if I take
Yeah.
someone on a night tour of Angela, at least you can see the building.
You're comparing. So the Prime Minister of our state is. I get the meaning. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. All right. So who's the boss here?
Can,
I mean,
apparently me. I'm the co-host.
apparently means that we've taken our
Yes.
democratic functioning beyond. Thanks,
No,
Maya.
just as was established by the Sriram Ayushi episode, they can just exchange
She hijacked
co-hosting
it from him.
duties.
I tell you,
No,
we've
no
been-
one
I
can
think- I think-
hijack things from Sriram. I'm
I
sorry,
may be wrong
Cyrus.
because I don't know them well enough. But I think both Ayushi and Kajol are alphas, which is like my mother, my wife, and my daughter. And alpha females are, I truly believe, more powerful than alpha
Cyrus.
males. So they're very
Cyrus.
dangerous.
The
Sriram
only
was
kind of women you're
beaten and
comfortable
battered.
with.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure I'm attracted to alpha women, whatever. So it must be a bit of S&M there, which I have not,
Yes,
figured
yes,
out
Cyrus.
yet.
The thing is, I don't consider myself alpha or Ayushi alpha. You're just used to these women, Victorian age women who sit and embroider quietly while you're talking to them.
Where? I don't have any of those. I only
No,
have
I'm
bullies.
just saying that's the idea in your head.
I'm hoping to meet them one day. Thank you. So sweet. Take me to Ahmedabad. Take me for a drive. Find me those women. Bypass the Prime Minister. Keep going. Yeah. So one thing, that house
Because-
was whose house? You mean a house that he owned? He doesn't reside in
Yes.
Ahmedabad.
Of course he does. That is
He's
his
in
house.
Delhi. He's the Prime Minister.
Yeah, I think he lives in Delhi now.
Who are you talking? No, who are you talking about?
No, you're talking about the HM.
We're talking about the
The
HM.
Home Minister's which house? He doesn't live there. They all live in Delhi. So you're
No, but
looking
he,
at these
okay, well, that he's
these
there.
also-
He's there pretty often because
No,
he's
those are
built an entire
residential houses.
flyover from
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
house to his office.
True. But the residential houses are not generally as glamorous as the bungalows they're given. Tell me about it. I'm living the hotbed of bungalows and all these strange men in white who run our state, who all look the same after 5 minutes. Trust me. Yeah. Abbas, why
Can
did you
I
come to
mean,
power? Oh, that's right.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying in both ways, looking like one and trying to
Yeah.
mimic
Yeah.
the other.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying the difference between a Bombay person and a Delhi person is that if a Delhi person would live on your street, they would not shut up about showing off that they're living on the street with the most influential people in the state. Whereas as a Bombay person, you're not even happy with them. You're like, no, they're causing traffic.
No, I get your point because there's a Delhi political consciousness is better. If that's the right
Yeah.
word to use. They're more open to political thought.
No, as
or political
Sparsh would
understanding.
agree, Delhi people love to show
Yeah.
off their influence.
Delhi people would not like living in Bombay anyway because they can't stand these small houses we live in.
They
I
can't
have
stand
been
having
asked-
said
chole
that,
bhature.
for
क्या
the
बकवास
elite-
छोले भटूरे ये छोले भटूरे हैं.
For the elite of Delhi Bombay, or wherever, nobody likes their carving shop for us. Okay, because we have a sense of entitlement. And then you're taking away the entitlement because someone else is behaving more spoiled than you. So therein lies the problem.
No, but so no, for a Delhiite to come to Bombay, it's very valid for them to ask, hey, so where do you live? How many square foot is your house?
Yeah,
And what's
yeah,
the rate in your
Again,
area?
that's
I was like,
Kajol, that's
what?
showing off because I live in such a palatial house. In Bombay, you live in a 1 BHK. Oh.
And I got dumped because of it. Okay.
You think it's because of it.
Right,
But did you
deeper-
take your
deeper issues
boyfriend-
here.
Did you take your boyfriend and show him Eknath Shinde's bungalow late at night? You do gedi of that? Gedi. Did you do
No,
Doesn't
Cyrus,
matter.
she was showing him Uddhav's bungalow, but in the meantime, it held no sort of prestige.
With Uddhav leaving with bags and baggage. Like, abhi kya ho gaya? Abhi kya ho gaya? Oh, God. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the stories.
But I just quickly, before you start,
Yeah.
so talking about the Delhi experience, so Saukar came here at 17 or 18. He was a young kid with nothing. And then he got his first salary, which was decent, blah, blah, blah. So he moved into like a 2-bedroom from a small sharing with 4
Whoa.
boys to a 2-bedroom
Ah.
house. Let's say 1 or 2
Ah.
years had passed. And he's
Ah.
telling me, Brosha, ये देख मेरे घर में कुछ नहीं था दिल्ली में कुछ नहीं था. They were not doing well. His father had left them, etc., etc. He won't mind me
Right,
saying.
right, right.
And it was a bit of a
Ah.
struggle. but वो तो घर था और ये cardboard box है. He's now making 5 times what money he was making there. It's like you succeed by failure. You come there, you feel a sense of success, but you feel like a failure because every day you enter a small box, and that's all he could afford.
You think
But now he's
Shahrukh also thinks like that, Cyrus? When he looks at
I don't know.
Amarnath, he's
Shah
like,
Rukh stayed at Salman's
Dilli to
house.
ghar tha.
Of course, all these guys, all middle class and above guys from Delhi, have great houses. Sparsh has, I think, from what I gather, he owns half of Panchil Park and the front of Khan
Yeah,
Market and a
yeah,
little bit
I
of
know.
Green Park. So and he's not
Exactly.
rich. He's just normalish. Is Sparsh there? No,
Yeah.
he's not next to us. No, because we're in a
He's
house
there.
together.
When I said
Uh,
Sparsh would agree that Delhi people would show off, he's like, what the fuck do you mean Sparsh would agree?
Arey,
I
Sparsh
mean,
Srivastav is another guy. Yeah. Not the same guy.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so the first story comes. I think it's the most Bangalore story you can ever think of. So a
But
tea
just
shop in
please explain
yeah.
this Hindi to me. Sorry to interrupt. बाद में करवा दूंगा ad छोड़. So is it a gali of some kind?
No, this is now we're giving the listeners a little bit of a behind the scenes thing. So usually when the show starts, there's an ad which plays before we begin, and because of some technical glitch that couldn't be played.
Oh, so I
So
was
Sparsh
right.
is saying
Oh, okay. But
yes.
when we see the show, it won't make sense because it did play. So
Yes.
as usual, we are fourth dimensioning away here.
Yeah,
The three of
on
us.
on a Tuesday morning, the ad did play.
Fantastic.
Dare I say 10, 20. Okay,
Yeah,
give or
so
take.
the Bangalore story. This story comes from Bangalore. A tea shop. A
Yeah.
tea shop in Bangalore
But you
is now
got to stutter a little bit more, huh? And go. Yeah, and this one, this one. Yeah, now go.
no. I don't have much time, so I'll race through it. A
How
tea shop
dare you?
in
That's so
Bangalore.
disrespectful to Silvery. When you're paying homage to Silvery, you have to take 15 minutes to set it up. Come on.
In Bangalore, one tea shop
Slightly
is
feminine voice, huh? Kajol, you got
using.
that? He has a lighter voice than Abbas,
It's
fair
not.
enough. But the way
It's
he's put
not
it on, it's
feminine.
slightly
It's
like I'll
just a
diss him
little
a little
high
bit in
pitched.
the pitch also. Yeah.
He
I like
doesn't
it.
have
I
the
like
most
petty people.
heaviest of voices. The tea
Oh,
shop is accepting cryptocurrency as payment, and the tea shop is called, I'm not making this up, Frustrated Dropout, and it is owned. It is owned by a guy. Let me figure out his name. Shubham Saini. Shubham Saini, who after dropping out of his BCA course started this venture. So there is like multiple things here: crypto, the name of the tea shop, and the fact that he's capitalizing on the success of
there's a big
people
mistake
who
though.
make tea.
He's trying to
Yeah,
spin it that the two things are correlated कि frustrated है और drop out भी होगा. But I think that's not the point, because to be an Indian male, you're frustrated anyway. Then you add to it with maybe a dropout, or you got hit by a car, or your wife left you, or now you can't see properly, or you lost your job. But basically frustration is separate, and I would like to point that out. I speak from experience. All the males I've grown up
Mhm.
with, all friggin' frustrated from the age of
That's true.
13, 12. Look at Abbas. Even when he's Shashi Tharoor, he's frustrated.
No, but Cyrus, this is the thing. I was a frustrated college dropout in Bangalore. Why didn't I think of this? I could have
Now,
made a
so
few
now you're
bucks.
doubly frustrated, is what you're saying.
Yes,
Hey, but do any of y'all actually own crypto?
I used to.
Rohan Joshi, before he had to sell his house, owned a lot of crypto. Now things are
I
Do
not
don't
you,
own
so good.
crypto.
Kajol?
I don't own crypto at all.
I had invested in what's that, ether something,
No, we
and
had a show on.
Dogecoin. Yeah. We had a show about crypto,
Listen, I earned
but
quite a bit from crypto. I got to tell you, from branding for crypto, not actually buying crypto.
okay.
And I knew nothing about it. Still don't. Yeah. But they were heavily.
Anyway,
You remember when they, even here and otherwise, they were pushing heavily, especially on digital media. They were just pushing and pushing.
they still
What
are. I
was it?
mean,
No,
cryptocurrency is
it's
still.
definitely gone down, but
Didn't
it
it
may
crash?
revive.
Huh.
Okay, that's a
It
difficult thing to
crashed, no?
explain.
It had it was obviously way more fluctuating than your normal markets, but yeah, it had a massive crash because of which it lost a bit of its credibility.
Also,
But it's still
nobody
not
predicted
gone
it would be
away.
that. The up and down nature was fine because we saw that in the China issue and a couple of other things that happened a year back. But then this last crash that happened was a little unexpected. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
people
yeah.
have lost faith a little bit. So they have to reinvent the wheel a bit, I would think now. For which case, I'm there to help support the people, the tribe at crypto or crypto.com across the world. Yeah.
Coming back to the tea shop, he sells teas in kullads, not in cups. So
Hey,
Mr.
why do we even
Saini
bother? We can't even finish one topic because it keeps
and
segueing left, right, and center.
one cup of tea costs rupees 20. And Mr. Saini thought he is the next Rakesh Jhunjhunwala of the crypto world. The situation turned bad with the crypto market crash in 2019. I was back exactly where I stand, from 30 lakh to 1 lakh. I couldn't believe that one night could change so much in my life.
Oh, he's
So,
frustrated.
there you
Or you
go.
could look at it this way.
Mhm.
सिर्फ चाय पानी था यार. It's okay.
Okay, I'll tell you something. Okay, I just don't say I'm talking about my mother, but I'll tell you something about my mother.
You're talking about your mother? We can't deny the truth. This show is about the truth.
Okay,
What about your mother?
Then she was a social worker in so far as once she had gone to the police station to take permission for some, rally or something.
Morcha?
And
See?
not morcha,
Yeah.
not morcha, rally.
Close to
Okay,
that.
something.
वो rally और
And-
morcha में क्या फर्क है? This is a sophisticated word for morcha. Let me ask Abbas, who's actually maybe more bilingual. Is there a difference? Morcha
Now that I
strike,
come to think
rally.
of it, I mean, a rally can be about
The
less
rally is-
serious.
It's
Yeah,
a crusade against something. I mean, it
That's
invokes
true.
the same thought.
yeah.
Oh.
I think it's kind of the same thing.
Dismiss
What
Kajol from the panel. Put her back on tire
Shut
two. Which tire are you on?
No.
Which
So they'd
tire
gone
are
to the
you on?
police station and
Oh,
we had a
touchy.
talk and all. I'm not mentioning which police station. So at the end of the discussion,
Kandivali police station.
No, Baba, it wasn't. So the end of the discussion, the inspector turned to her or whoever the guy
Andheri
was,
police station.
and he was like,
It's
"Madam,
stuck in my mind now.
No. Once the police guy says something, we'll understand which police station it is.
Those
he
inflections
said-
of each lane, you're going to get into that kind of sophistication. Okay, sorry, Kajol, you were saying the
Yes.
police guy.
So you're like, Madam, कुछ चाय पानी, and she was like, नहीं हम पी के आए हैं.
Aisha same. While building a house in the interior. Same. The guy asked, the officer who had to give the clearance for building something, asked for donation, and he asked for 50. He meant 50 grand. She brought 50 rupees. How much he laughed. So the broker was telling
Did
me
you still
later,
get the house, Cyrus?
No, my wife is kachi. She brought him down. He started with 50.
Right.
But look at her heart attack when she realized that 50 rupiya nahi, 50,000. It was like,
Who
that's
on
really
earth
not
asked
easy.
for a 50 rupiya bribe?
Because he's saying 50. You know how they talk. Have you dealt with these guys? They
Yeah.
don't.
But
they
I
don't
would
give you
never
a full.
assume. I would never
No, they're all
assume it
sheep.
meant 50
They
rupiya.
always, each and every one asks in a sheepish manner. She'll say, Abhi kya karna hai? And he'll be like, thoda donation, 50. So she thought,
Bakshish.
wow, I'm off the hook. That's it. Yeah, so your chai pani story is just exposing how sad that innocent people like your mother and my wife are destroyed by the horrible real
I'll tell you what
legality
the
of India.
problem is. I'll tell you what the problem is. Men are not comfortable asking a bribe from women. Okay. Now,
But even with us, these not going they aren't that transparent.
no, but they're a
There's
little more
always half.
comfortable. With women, they get very
Because they're
they have
flirting
to-
with us. They flirt
I know
with
they
us.
have to pretend to be a little nice guy or
Yeah.
whatever. So when I go to a certain comedy venue, I park my car in a.
Why aren't you telling us names? You're sounding like you're in
Oh,
a
I thought
fascist country.
the venue, the person who runs the venue, you bribe him.
No. So soon, I park my
Why
car
can't you
in
tell
a.
us the venue name? What's the fear?
You
You
and
make fun of
Sriram
Lok
should
Sabha.
be on a panel together with a bulldog. Okay, because that's the only person that will allowed to speak. Okay,
Bulldog.
I go on.
That's
Parking,
racism.
yeah.
The dog suffers a lot. Born with a head which is too big for his body. So mean.
Okay,
Choose
the
another
venue is in
breed.
Bandra, Cyrus. That would be
It's
that
not
should be enough
Bandra,
for you.
okay.
Oh,
Oh,
it's not in
shoot.
Bandra.
So when I go,
Stick to Shashi Tharoor. All right? Don't do any detective work. Huh?
so I park in a compound where
Cuckoo's
I'm not.
nest.
Shut up.
No, the cuckoos there shut down. Huh.
So I park in a compound where I'm not supposed to park. Sorry, so you open your mouth. Just wait for 1 minute. Okay, I park
But
in a
I'm not an
compound
alpha female. Right.
where I'm not supposed to park.
I'll just end
And-
it now. Hey!
And the easiest way I've realized to do it is to get out of the car with a $50 note in your hand and look at the security and say, "Aapko parking ka paisa dena hai." Okay, because you should never, as a woman, ask for a bribe or let it be hanging in there. You should straight out pretend like you don't understand it's illegal.
You mean offer a bribe?
But
No,
in
she's
a,
making
that
it an
way, like
official
parking
charge.
ka paisa,
She's-
official. You have to
parking
make
ka
it
paisa means
official.
As a-
official.
how does the guy respond to that?
Definitely, madam. हाँ, हम ही है.
And then he takes the car for a spin. Yeah.
No.
That's
but,
a good system.
Huh.
I like your thinking. It should work most of the time because people are very happy to get a little money and then suddenly he's been an advantage already. So why should he back off from a good business proposition?
Money and respect.
Respect and also he thinks you like him. So every male wants a female to like them. There's always a little fantasy involved when a girl talks to you. I've
I don't
noticed that.
unbutton my top and give him the money, Cyrus.
No,
I
it's
just
not
say
sexual.
parking ka paisa.
Sexual is much later in the thought process. It's just a basic thing about feeling validated that women
Exactly.
like me.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah,
You don't
that's what
understand. You've never
you
been a
have
watchman.
dated-
I've been a watchman. You think comedy pays? Every night I do a shift. For God's sake, please understand.
But you
Yeah.
have dating apps for that, Cyrus. Now, many a times you go on dating apps to swipe on women, and you just want them to swipe right on you. You don't even want to chat. You're like, I get that validation of.
Oh wow, is
What's
that
the
fact
you,
that
guarantee
you
that,
swipe
Abbas?
that
right.
Is that
what's the
you?
guarantee they're being
Horny guy
authentic?
I'm
22?
talking
Is
about
that
a
you?
friend. Only guy 22. What?
Horny guy.
Horny guy 22. No, that's my Reddit ID. That's not my Bumble ID.
That's actually Sparsh's ID and it's authentic. So leave him alone, you poor chap. Come on.
Sparsh is a horny guy. He's genuinely a horny guy. He doesn't need to make
But
a
what do you mean? Who's not a
this thing.
horny guy? Like who? Like how many people you know are like, I don't like sex here. I mean, come on.
There are people like that. There are
Name
people
me
like
two that we know. Okay, Sriram. Name me one more.
who are not horny.
Like classically growing up, a guy who's just got no drive for girls. A straight guy who doesn't
No, I
have any
mean,
drive.
yeah, there are
Libido.
people who are asexual. Not I
Young
mean, I
guys. I'm not
can't
going as
think
the
of
age
one.
goes down, people do get like that sometimes. But name me one guy. Silvery? No, Silvery
No,
loves the blade.
Silver is pretty horny.
Sparsh,
Yeah,
Sparsh,
I
I see him
just
mounting
said
fans
Sparsh
and all
is
that when he's alone.
Sparsh plays guitar. If that's not a sign of being
Yeah.
horny, then I don't know
Then-
what is.
Exactly. And Rishi? Rishi wears a mask.
Rishi
because his thoughts
actually,
are so unholy.
but he's
The
always
pandemic-
in studio.
that boss, I'm saying that, what are their feelings? Chahat ek cheez hai na. You don't have to actually, it's just a feeling. God, Abbas, what's wrong with you? You sound like a molester.
I don't know if
now.
anybody's used the word.
You want them to
chahat
act
in
on
a
their
really
feelings
long
every
time.
2 minutes. We send the guy with the guitar. He chases old ladies on the road in Bandra. Every woman getting out of a rickshaw is Sparsha! No. It's just what they feel inside. The Kajol knows better. Kajol, what do you think of the men around you? Aren't they all like,
No, Cyrus. There are a lot of people who are just like normal.
it's normal not to be horny? What? To have
It's
a low
normal
libido is
not to
normal.
act on your
That's
horniness
different.
in a
That's civil, not normal or abnormal.
in an
and by the way-
uncivilized way. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask the chat? All the men who feel that they suffer from low
Yeah,
libido and have
chat.
no interest.
Please tell
I'd like
us
to see-
your.
Yeah, I wanna
Okay,
know,
okay,
I wanna
actually,
know.
you're right. You're right. But on LinkedIn, everyone is horny. Okay. Only thing is that their method of flirting is to say good morning, good morning, good morning until you like kind of like open your clothes and be like, wow, I'm so turned on with this good morning.
Especially if it's nighttime. This guy still doesn't get it. Yeah.
They managed to message at 7 a.m. Yeah, who are these people? I
Raja,
see
I can message
messages.
you at
No.
4:36. I got up today. I could send. I in fact send messages to people who send me after 9 at that time between 4:30 and
No,
5.
on LinkedIn, their way of horniness is like, for example, the last story. They will be like, today I saw a tea maker in Bangalore and he was accepting crypto. This shows his drive that even despite losing everything, this man wanted to get up, make
Oh,
tea,
God.
and serve
Oh,
the
no.
people. And
This
I
is like the
learned this
spirit of
lesson when
Mumbai.
yeah, exactly.
The spirit of
That's
Mumbai
the kind of
stories. They're
shit.
horrible. I hate those stories. Oh, HP
No,
support
this
assistant,
this
access
tea
help and
maker
updates in pure
inspired.
steps.
What
I
are you
removed
reading
it.
the chat, which doesn't
Won't you
make
give me a
sense?
new laptop in the middle? You're driving.
Can I
There are
s-
3 podcasts going on. One is my life with tech. Okay, that's throughout the show. And now my assistant is not there. I mean, it'll take me minutes to get her. But anyway,
Hmm.
back to your
Can we
story.
talk about Ankur Variku's post?
What did he say?
Can I
Okay,
pretend I
so-
know?
Ankur
Yeah,
Variku
you
know
is his
Ankur Variku?
coach. You don't know Ankur Variku? Cyrus?
Is it wrong?
I'm
I
trying
do.
to think of what is a Western equivalent of Ankur Variku. He's this very hip viral life coach whose
Yeah.
videos go whose videos go
Jay
viral
Shetty.
online.
I've seen a guy called
Kind
Jay
of
Shetty.
kind of like Jay Shetty, but
Yeah, okay.
not as famous.
Jordan Peterson. He's not a life coach, but he's a psychiatrist.
No, not
psychiatrist.
Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, for all his controversy, has been a professor and all. I don't think Ankur Variku has those.
Ankur has
credentials,
no
but
credibility. He's like you or me, and then just puts on
but
a
he's
facade.
very famous online. Huh. So
Yeah,
what did he say?
especially on LinkedIn.
Is
So
he,
you're-
he's not the same Ankur who makes music. That's another Ankur.
No, that's
No.
Pathak.
He has no music. So he put up a LinkedIn post saying that I used to not be so fit and la la la. And then one of my colleagues gave me this t-shirt of embarrassment. It was a t-shirt which was fitting 2 sizes too tight for me, and my paunch was showing, and my this thing. And he said, Uncle, every day wear your t-shirt of embarrassment and go to the gym so that people will laugh at you and that will motivate you. And I'm like, what
I'm
a
sorry,
fuck-all
but
story.
that's half my wardrobe, and it doesn't make me do shit. Okay, I just order new clothes with a bigger size. Yeah.
Well, this doesn't make any sense because this is any bodybuilding manual will tell you about this. Arnold was famous for posing with the calves hidden in water, covered by something which is genetically weak and not as good as the rest of his physique. So then they tell priority training is you expose that area and only show it and not your good parts, so that you keep telling yourself what's bad and people
Oh,
make
it's
comments.
supposed to be
It's across
done.
bodybuilding. Yeah, it's anybody who's into fitness knows this. He's not come up with some rocket science new theory.
And
How do you
Cyrus,
Never
you
motivate
have.
anyway,
yourself?
you anyway
If
like to wear
Abbas's
tight
problem is he wants to
t-shirts.
lose weight, then he want the stomach to be highlighted. So that's what he has to see all the time.
Uh,
Take the insults to push him and motivate him to say, okay, I'll
What
teach
a
you.
horrible
That's
way to
it.
do things. What a
No, it's not
horrible way
horrible.
to be
It's reverse
body
psychology if
shamed.
you like. No, but
No.
you're projecting it for
no, but
yourself
you're
to do
shaming
to
someone,
reach.
right, Cyrus? You're
Yeah, but why
shaming
are you so
someone into
fragile
doing
about this
something.
shaming, bro? You'll be
I'm not
shamed in your
fragile.
life. You're a
And the
human
whole
being.
point is, if you're gonna let people shame you into doing stuff, that means their validation
Then
matters so
justifies the
much to you
means. Machiavelli.
as a
Before that,
coach.
Chanakya. But I can't speak Prakriti or Pali, so I can only tell you the Italian version. And it justifies the means. Am I right, Shashi?
No, no, you
He's
can't
No,
be
yes,
shamed.
absolutely
yes.
right.
The idea is the guy wanted to lose weight or get into some sort of shape. So the end, it's on him, Baba. Kajal, he's not insulting you. He and that
Nobody's
guy have
telling the
agreed
whole
that.
world to do it.
No,
He's a
1 second. The
coach.
dynamic is between him and that coach. Let's say John. John and Ankur have this system in place, and they go with it. So he's okay with that if he gets some results. So
No,
I'm
no,
not
I
saying it's
know
for
that,
everyone.
but now
It's
as
not
a
for
coach,
everyone.
he's telling
Huh?
the whole world to do it. He's saying this is a good idea.
He's
Okay,
suggesting it's a good idea. If you like it, try it. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you're very fragile and
No,
touchy
here's
and you
here's
can't
my
handle all
here's
that,
my
don't.
point. Any
Like I
life
make
coach who's
Abbas
saying,
fat jokes about Abbas all the time. Slowly, I've taken more liberties. He doesn't seem to bother. I not know. One day he might run me over saying I hated them. But looks like it's not a big deal. So I don't know. Everyone is
no, how
different.
do
That's
you
what I'm saying.
assume it's not a big deal? Okay, no one likes to hear such stuff.
yeah, Cyrus,
It,
it hurts me to the core
He
of
it
my
doesn't
cries
hurt me.
later,
personality.
Cyrus. After
But
every
you,
show, I've got to sit with
but
him
every
in the
time he's
coffee
hurt, he
shop.
breaks into a
He
Russian
cries.
accent. No, he doesn't cry. He just sweats a lot, and it's around the eyes. Come on, for God's
Oh,
sake.
shut up.
Yeah.
No, I think as a life coach, you should not project the fact that it's okay to make someone feel embarrassed about how they look
Yeah.
or
No, he's not. It's not a
whatever.
compulsory thing.
But
Whatever
as
floats
a
your
life
boat, bro.
coach, come on, Cyrus. That is what he's
I
projecting. That
like
is what
that
he's
kind of
selling,
thinking. I
no?
like the kind of thing. I think Indian men are too fragile. I don't sound like Andrew Tate, but I'm exposed to them all the time, whether it's at the
But
shoot, whether it's in the podcast. But I feel they're always looking for excuses. I couldn't come. Look at Shreyas didn't turn up. Love the guy, but didn't turn up. Apparently, food poisoning. That doesn't. Unless he's got third stage cancer. I mean, don't tell me about illness. It just sounds wrong. So the thinking is too fragile for me.
Anyway, this we can wrap this up another
So he
day.
wants to get
Before we
fit.
go into a
If he
break,
wants to get fit, Ankur wanted to get fit. He did the right thing because he was too fragile, and the whole idea is he's too weak in the mind. The mind had to get stronger, and he did it. Not for everyone, but by taking that shame and using it correctly, he was able to push himself to a higher level. Cheers, everybody! I think it's a great idea. From now on, all the fatsos in
and
IGN, just make a list.
unlike Ankur Variko, I'm absolutely fine and happy in my body type. So I don't want to lose weight. So when my shirts get tighter, I just give it away to someone else.
Give it to me now. I
Okay,
don't like
cool.
spending money. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
I don't
do
mind
that.
if it fits or doesn't fit. As long as it's free. Yeah, that's how I used to
All
meet
right.
girls. Girls with very low standards, they would come and I'd be okay, fine, great. That's it.
Okay, we're almost 40 minutes in, so we have to go into our
40 minutes in
sustainability
on a
story of
Tuesday
the
morning.
day.
People have to work.
Yes, on a Tuesday morning. The
Oh.
sustainability story powered by the Volvo XC40 Recharge is that there's good news for car buyers all over India. The Indian government has stepped up in the
Say it like you mean it, Shashi. Shashi, say it like you mean it.
there's a fantastic news for all the car buyers in India, all over the country. The Indian government has stepped in to make electric mobility safer for everyone, which is something I highly recommend. You should always be safe in whatever you explore in your life. There is now safety
Like
rules
the
that are in
presidential
place
elections.
that the battery manufacturers will have to adhere to going forward. These battery safety requirements will also ensure that consumers are being sold genuine products as deemed safe by the government. Which government? Let's not get into that. But safety is something I will also look after once the results for the president come out. It's also especially helpful for buyers because the companies flouting these norms or have been found to sell faulty batteries will now be forced to issue a complete recall of defective vehicles. The date for this implementation has been the 1st of October, which is a date well gone by in the past as we record this of
We're not recording this, we're
2022.
live.
No, as we record this, the 1st
As we
of
record the
October
live
is,
recording. Yes, sorry.
is in hindsight.
Shashi, I should
So
have
if you're,
argued. Yeah.
I totally forgive you, Ramu. So if you're in the market for an EV,
I like to go by the name Malik Arjun. Yeah. That's my moniker.
Oh, that's an esteemed colleague of mine who was a runner-up in the results for
Well,
the
runner-up, no
presidential
loser.
elections.
If runner-up is if there are lots of people taking part. If it comes back to just two, then you're the loser. Winner, loser.
If
Yeah,
you
embarrass
if
him.
you
Embarrass him.
Please call me loser.
loser, if you'll allow me to wrap up this wonderful story
Yes,
by
winner.
our
Please.
extremely voracious sponsors, if I may please.
Voracious.
If you're in the
Perhaps not the right
voracious-
word.
well,
For
it's better
astute
than
user of vocabulary
better
like,
than-
like yourself. Your streams of
better
consciousness
than
have shocked me.
voluptuous is voracious.
Voluptuous.
which
No,
is-
no. I think, Shashi, you need to examine your thought. What's on your mind? We just discussed. What did we discuss about men? Okay, back to the
If
sponsor.
you're in the market for an EV and you only want the safest and the best for your family, you can now get that because there are now systems in place for making sure of your safety. And I've spat all over my microphone, which I will have to I will have to clean up in the break that we're about to go in.
Why would you have to clean it up? You're on your own.
Cyrus, I share these premises with a very beautiful lady, and she will
Right.
be massively.
Can I see her? I don't want to sound like a creep. But can I see her?
At this
And
time
where do I
in-
swipe?
At this time in Khargharpur, there are people who like to take a little nap. So this companion of mine is very much in the dreamland.
She's
if you
a
may say.
lazy
I don't
sod
know what I'm
who
saying.
doesn't wake up. She's a lazy sod who doesn't wake up till noon. Is it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Kajol, should we take a break then? Oh, sorry, Abbas, Shashi. I don't know who's in charge.
Yes, please.
Okay, just
Let's
text
go into a
Sparsh
break.
and to tell Rishi because they are somewhat.
Sparsh
close to each
says we agree to go into the break.
Yes, and as we come back after the break, we've started a new section called Funniest Impression of the Week. And it goes to, well done, Kajal, for your impression of a girl in a police station talking to a
Oh.
watchman while parking the car.
Thank you.
What, you thought you would get it? Shashi, you will not
I
get
was
it.
expecting it.
You're not going to get it. No, not for. Oh, shit, I broke it. Oh, shit. Like, my wife's marathon something. She'll kill me.
Oh man.
We got to be careful. You can't trust people like this. My wife achieved all her athletic glory after the age of 40. Those kind of people take it seriously. Like never ran anything in school or college. And then suddenly after 40, they discover this and start taking part in contests and all that. And so they've gone berserk. It's horrible. Finding life and meaning in your 40s. By then you should be washed out and dead like me. No, this is what you get. Abbas, you're frozen.
No,
Oh, that's just you. Sorry. 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 Maybe it's a couple of push-ups before we start the show, Shashi. Yeah, okay.
Cyrus, McDonald's in the US is going
But that's
to
a nice name.
introduce
If I was half Irish.
Happy Meal,
or Scottish.
Happy Meal with toys for adults.
Why is
And
McDonald's?
it's not the
Sorry.
it's not the
Toys.
kind of toys. It's not the kind of toys you think they are, but
For whom?
for adults. So from October
Ah.
the 3rd, customers in the US will be able to order a cactus plant flea market box, which is a very enticing name, which will have a drink, fries, and a choice between a Big Mac or a 10-piece box of McNuggets. The meal box features McDonald's iconic bright yellow and red color scheme, as well as pops of other bold colors. Why doesn't it say what toys they have?
What's a
I
toy?
No,
So you
no,
know
it's
the
a
whole
meal.
Happy Meal. You know
No,
the
but that's
Happy
for
Meal
kids.
concept, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, they are bringing back some of the most iconic, nostalgic toys for adults for them to order.
Oh,
this
so it's
version
because
of the
we
Happy
grew up
Meal.
on these toys when we were young.
Yes,
It's a recall.
yes.
So it's like
Yeah.
recasting me as an MTV VJ for those people who want to go back in time. I think it's a great
Yeah.
idea. Let me
So
make a call.
returning McDonald's mascots Grimace the Hamburglar and Birdie will join a new one, Cactus Buddy, for the new Happy Meal. And according
I
to
can't
McDonald's, the
remember these
Happy Meal
guys.
will. I remember the Hamburglar.
Hamburglar, yes.
I don't remember the others.
Okay, with the guy with the mask on.
No. So it used to
No,
be a
it's-
guy in a striped T-shirt with a
Yeah.
domino mask.
Yeah.
And a
yeah,
sack
that's
of
Okay.
hamburgers.
So I used to
Yeah,
collect that from
with a-
Mikhail Maya. Okay, so that's
Yeah,
more their
yeah,
generation.
yeah.
What about for
Yeah.
me? Because there was no McDonald's when I was young. There was Vada Pav. And as a Parsi, we looked the other way. Yeah. That you could say that in those days. Now it's like a national dish and all. You got to be damn careful. Can't insult food also in this country. I mean, why can't you
we are-
insult food? Food sucks sometimes. Why can't we say things about food? Food can be horrible. Why can't food be horrible? Food is horrible. It's
You
true.
know what my
All
take
food can be great.
what my takeaway was from this article.
Sorry,
So
I
the US Chief Marketing and Customer Experience Officer says we're taking one of the most nostalgic McDonald's experiences and literally repackaging it in a new way that's hyper relevant for our adult fans. And you know what the name of this chief our marketing officer is? Tariq Hassan. So a brown guy has made it to the top.
he may be a
of
white
the-
convert. You don't know for
That's
sure.
possible.
Yeah.
But white converts usually have like a half English, half Muslim or whatever.
Like
Middle
John
Eastern
Muhammad.
name. But Tariq Hassan just sounds brown. I'm pretty sure it's a brown guy.
Okay, my camera has just, does its own thing. As mark of protest because you went on about McDonald's and I've never seen these toys. I felt really
I
bad
have
about
always worked with animators, and to me, Happy Meals were for adults only. They used to all rush to get their choice.
But
yeah,
I
I mean,
don't-
not to. I mean,
Can I
as
say
a- as
something?
a- yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the people who think you outgrow McDonald's. Like it's a kiddie thing and a
I
phase in your
love
life.
I know.
McDonald's.
Exactly. So
I
I'm saying I think you
love-
like
How
fast
do you
food.
love the taste of McDonald's? I understand like the concept, but the
Not in
taste.
India, because in India they don't play the food they give you inside the bun is all rubbish. But in
Hmm.
civilized countries where you have a choice of food, Abbas knows what I'm talking about. It's quite good. I'm a Burger King fan, if I have to be honest. The double Whopper in Spain I had 3 times.
But Burger King in India is even worse.
Yeah, it's
More than
really
McDonald's.
bad.
That's due to the fact that they're not letting us put the meats in and all. Okay, let's not go there
Yeah.
because that's not fair. Let's say we're all in Kuala Lumpur and we can eat everything or whatever,
Mm.
and it's fantastic the experience. At least I like fast food. Kunal hates fast food. My wife is not a fan. My son is very careful about his weight, although he likes it, and that leaves Maya and me. So we're like a minority every time we go out for the thing. And I'm thinking, why do adults pretend like it's a shame to admit that you like fast food or it's like unsophisticated or I mean I don't get that.
No, I like
I
fast
don't
food,
get
but I
it.
like better made fast food. Like I like a nicely made burger and chips and chocolate milkshake.
See what you did? You
What's
made me in the
your
camp get
favorite
angry.
burger place in Bombay?
So
Kajol?
there is Stacks and Racks.
Bandra.
No, Stacks
Everybody
and
says
Racks in
burger
Malad.
there.
Stacks and Racks. What are they offering with the burgers?
Oh, Abbas. That was
That's
so
that's
mature.
a happy meal I'd like to have.
Takes you back to your young days.
Yeah.
See, mommy, Vijay's mother's got much better.
Burgers. Buns.
Oh God.
Now don't ask what's inside the burger anymore. Yeah. But why the complex? They don't understand the complex about fast food where people like, oh, we are so well read and developed as citizens of the
I don't
world.
know,
We
man.
don't
It
eat it.
just, McDonald's just appeals to my most basic sort of taste.
Papa, it's a
buds
thing
where
called taste also. Now we like the taste.
Yeah,
Is
it's
it wrong
just
to like, oh God,
mayonnaise
it's
and
so
cheese and it's
manufactured.
soft and it's gooey and I like it.
F
I
it
don't
all.
know.
I like the chip booty at Theobroma. It's nothing but chips and mayo and cheese in a burger.
Chip booty.
Yeah.
So
My
it's
God,
half
Abbas, do you
Arabic.
have to sexualize everything?
I am not. I'm just saying we can sense a theme
Kajol,
here.
Go back to my
Kajol, your
first
favorite
conversation
burger
about
place.
Indian men. Kajol, Indian men being extremely horny and it's normal for them to
Yeah,
be like that.
it's
Have I
y'all.
exposed
It's y'all.
you've
Yes.
seen this on the show, right?
Yes.
At least I'm open about whatever I'm feeling. This guy pretends not to be with his Shashi Tharoor accent, but he's a dirty carnivore who goes to McDonald's and preys on women for some reason. I'll have a
No,
happy
I
meal
prey
and
on
I'll
the
have her
burgers.
and her every time he goes there.
The burgers
Exposed.
are all I prey on.
Exposed.
But I think, Cyrus, it's also because our line of work, like shoots and comedy shows or whatever, we are done usually late at night, and McDonald's is the only place, or at least till very recently, it used to be
I
the
give you
only
all
place
that. I give you
open
all that.
for,
Necessity is the mother of your
for late.
appetite. I give you
Yeah.
all that. But I'm saying also, when I give you a choice, sometimes in your life, are you not happy on a lazy holiday, wherever the hell you are? Are you not happy
Yeah.
to go to a fast
Yeah.
food joint? I am.
You know what?
I just
I'm
don't have
gonna just
company
order
with the-
McDonald's right after this recording.
Exactly.
Now I'm craving for it right now.
But order it
And
from
McDonald's has the
Malaysia.
best fries.
Order it from Malaysia. Okay, yeah, fries are fun. Oh God, fries! Don't start me off on fries.
Yeah.
Fries should be declared like
Yeah,
the
I
national
like,
dish of the
I like
world.
KFC's popcorn chicken also.
Oh yeah,
You're a
that's good.
strange person, Kajol. I don't know what you're talking about. Fries, on the other hand, fantastic.
It's
Oof.
chicken fries. So you can call it chicken fries. It's like
This evil daughter of mine, she orders only the fries, and because I'm not supposed to have, I can, but whatever, all the problems I have with food now, she eats in front of me, and I have to smell it because the smell in the room it just pervades, right? The
For
the
KFC.
French fry,
Yeah,
all of them,
French
all
fries.
the
Yeah,
French
yeah.
fries smell, bro.
That's
Oh,
true.
it's the most beautiful thing in the world.
So I'm just glad Kajol's third choice wasn't like I like the popcorn and camel toe from KFC.
Oh God, really? Kajol, where were you going with this? Next to the
you know what?
Stacks
serve
and
me.
racks, chip booty.
Next, I'm on the road
popcorn
eating
camel
poha
toe.
with you. This is not good. Okay. Wow. Even I
Poha
feel like
is-
now, even I feel like eating, but I don't like the way it's made here because they don't put the right stuff inside
That's
because of
true.
the
Yeah.
cultural issues we have.
Hmm.
Abbas, be a dear. Can you run all the way to London and get me a Happy Meal? I
I'll send it from there. I'm not coming back with it.
wonder if that can be organized through and through systems. I mean, why can't it? In a sense, I mean, you order a
You
supplement
guys
from
remember
England.
Kinder Joy, the chocolate which used to have a
That
toy
was quite
inside
crap.
it? No,
Quite
yaar, this
crap.
has
How
some
dare you?
good.
These are all things I like.
Yeah,
Kajol,
So
how dare you bully
sweet.
us?
It's so sweet.
I'm talking about the
Thanks.
quality of the toys inside.
It
Oh,
reminds me
that.
of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks for saying that and noticing that. That's beautiful.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Why are
now
we
we
talking
go
about?
to.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm changing track and we're going into our HUFT pet tail story. Our story today comes from a few years back from 2016 when the NSG, a national security guard dog named Rocket, burnt his paws while searching for militants during the Pathankot air base attack and was honored on the eve of Independence Day. He was awarded the Chief of Army Staff or COAS commendation
wow.
for courage and obedience to command. A 2.5-year-old, especially trained Belgian Malinois. He's a
Malinois.
soldier of the elite commando
Illinois,
force.
he's not someone from the subway here. Malinois. Ah, you show respect
the,
to the
the
dogs.
the commando force is called K9, which is the letter K and 9,
Obvious.
but
Yeah.
it's also a pun on the word canine.
Thank you.
The canine.
I like you when you're Shashi. You know, when you're a schoolmaster boring me to death with the explanation. You're now Silvery's grandfather. Oh,
On January 1st, the NSG commandos were flown in from the Palam military airbase to flush out terrorists from the Indian Air Force base in Pathankot. Rocket, who is on deputation on the country's federal counter-terror force from the Indian Army, was also deployed along with the commandos. So yes, another great act of bravery from one of our
you
canine
know,
friends.
talking about fragile Indian males. I mean, we should spend time with Belgian Malinois. What dogs they are. I mean, they're unflinching. They have such courage, and I mean, so
Hmm.
focused on the task. And then the guy comes to the gym, hands behind his back, body language, looking at the TV, scratching his chest, asking me, "Did you have a good weekend? Sorry to hear about what happened." Fuck, I mean, look at the Malinois. Take the lead off. Boom, he's in like
Yeah.
Flynn. That's what you need. You need someone that get up and go. That Josh Janoon. That's what we don't have anymore. And that's why I'm
So
writing my book, Indian Men Suck, Let's Save the Bastards. Or maybe the title could also be just called Arjun because of the present government. I don't want to, alienate anyone. Yeah.
yeah, and Arjun's not a controversial name at all.
Watch your mouth. Shashi.
So it says here that because of Rocket's bravery, it encouraged the India's canine units to induct more Belgian Malinois dogs as they have shorter fur, which helps avoid heat strokes.
So they're like the German Shepherd, which is bred. They're very similar in the sense, but the fact is that all the hip injury issues, all the problems that the breed had. This is very horrible stories about how humans engineer animals, but they do
Yeah.
that literally in this clinical fashion. But they've kept
Mhm.
all the strong points, which is the fierceness, the loyalty, the courage, the honor, the integrity. The dogs really have integrity. You have to know one to understand. And with that, they've got the physical things correct this time. Little faster, smaller, more athletic, that kind of thing. So it would be like Abbas, how I became a Malinois version of you, the shepherd. It's like
Hmm.
that.
Right. So
But we
would
both
you
are the
not
same.
have
If Kajol's in trouble, she would call us.
would you not have the thick layer of hair that I have on me if you were a Malinois?
I do, but Monday and Tuesday only. 5 days
Okay,
a week,
and
I'm
today
okay.
is a Tuesday. So
Not really, no? Or is it?
okay, should we do one more story before we go to the
Yeah,
AMAs?
let's do that.
Well, it is a
Okay,
democratic
so
process, so let's pretend that we care. And yes, okay.
you mean to say the elections of my party are a democratic process? Well, let's just say they haven't been for quite some time.
So what you're saying is the family sits around the ballot box, drops everything out, and says, "We've made our decision."
Well, I don't know what family you're talking about, Cyrus, but
Not
for
parivar.
the
I use the English word. It's hugely different. Please understand. Yeah.
also the current government has kind of taken over the word parivar, so
Yeah.
it only makes
That's
sense.
what I meant. Yeah.
Yes,
It's you
I'm
can't
in a
you
mood.
can't use
I'm
it.
in a mood to explain jokes today, Cyrus.
Yeah, I don't know why, really. Yeah. And you explain my
So-
joke, which is insulting to me now.
Yeah.
Is that what I did not get my joke? Are you telling me about it? I mean, really.
So in Uttarakhand, you can get
Oh,
a
silvery,
real.
silvery, silvery.
You can get a real jail experience for rupees 500 a night. If your astrologer predicts,
You can get it in UP also without
Yeah.
paying.
But the bail is expensive. So you do pay in the end. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
so
Now when
this
Kajol
is
makes a joke, you're not laughing, you ungenerous bastard.
because
Otherwise
I'm
it's ha
concentrating how
Shashi this,
to
Shashi that. The people are
I'm
watching you.
concentrating
Chauvinist.
on how
Sorry, go
to get the story across. So this is, I think it's a very peculiar thing. If your astrologer predicts that planetary positions in your horoscope are not good and you're
ahead.
likely
Sorry.
to go to jail, the jail administration in Uttarakhand,
Oh,
Halwani, has
so
come
you
up
have
with
to
a
actually
unique
walk the
idea.
walk to get out of it. Acha,
You
acha.
can ward off bad karma for a nominal fee of rupees 500 per night in prison.
Now you can ask our Manglik, who unfortunately we're not in the studio today. Manglik will explain to you that it's a similar concept where they make the person untree himself.
Marry, yeah,
Yeah.
marry a tree or a dog. Poor
What is
dog
the food you get? What food
in
do
the
you get?
jail.
Dog can at
Yeah.
least say no. The tree.
These tourist inmates are given prison uniforms and food made in the jail kitchen.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can get.
Is there a particular food product you're trying to get at?
No, I'm
Kajol?
just
No, I'm
wondering
just
whether they
thinking.
give like normal food and not the jail food.
No, if it's a
No, no.
jail experience, then they would give
Okay,
jail
guys,
food,
one second,
right?
one second. Jail food for dal chawal will be par for the course. So, for those who do not really keen on that, like me, it's not going to be fun.
The guy who went to jail with Munawar Faruqi,
Nalin.
Nalin, I
Who
heard
remained in jail while
for
poor
much longer
Munawar's
time. Yeah,
career
yeah, yeah,
boomed.
exactly. So I was listening to an interview of his, and he says because the jails are so overcrowded and like way beyond what the number of people they're supposed to hold, what they do is they really dilute the dal. So they put a lot of water and make it more watery so that you can just serve more number of people in the jail. So yeah, but he was saying that the quality of food in jail isn't half bad. It's not
Hey,
bad
Baba,
food.
these are struggling comedians, Abbas. They're not used to McDonald's.
That's true. Yeah. Also, IITs. I mean, considering what IIT served you, Kajol, I think this jail food may not be half bad.
This brings me back to the whole spectrum of food where one man's
Huh.
meat is another man's poison, literally. And we can't, and it's not about rich food or food from poorer sections or whatever. But the taste is
Mm.
different. Like you and I love Olympia's beja masala, but a very rich
Yeah.
person may not be comfortable in the area for some reason. But how to explain that food is top of the line for me in that dish? I've never eaten a better one. I don't know if you have.
But there's not much taste in jail food from what I hear. Because
No, that we
I
don't
saw
know.
Nalin's interview where he says
Yeah.
that even in the halwa they don't put sugar. He said, I don't eat like sweet. And
Yeah.
Because
Even in the
diabetes is a
chai, I
problem.
think they
They
don't.
care. Yeah. Sorry.
Even in the
Okay.
tea, I don't think they put sugar. So
yeah.
But I
he
must say,
said,
I do respect Nalin, who's sitting there with all the problems that he's facing and is worried about why sukkar nahi hai isme. I'm just thinking that's a bit, that's an interesting way of looking at things. But I'm sure
yeah.
across the length and breadth of the country, there might be some jailer, superintendent, or somebody who's into food, a foodie kind of guy who's running it, and he just does a better job. Like I've always noticed the production person on a shoot, if he likes food, everything changes, He's happy to provide food because it's on his
But their
mind. Like,
funding should be there now. Like my
no,
grandmom
you
years back had gone
don't
to
like
Arthur Road jail.
Kajol. No, that's okay. Go on.
This
My
is a
grandmom
grandmother's
and
story, Cyrus, not the mother's story.
No, then I'll argue the point about money correlating to food taste. Yeah, sorry.
they'd gone to Arthur Road jail, she and her bahu, to check out the state of the food. I don't know why. And they realized that
They don't cater if they wanted it for a wedding or something.
I know. They realized that the upma has nothing in it. There's no vegetables, there's nothing. And my grandmom used to make upma very similarly in the house.
How do they get to taste
So
it?
they tasted it.
How? How were they allowed to? They punched each other and then went to jail.
It was the 60s, Cyrus. It was a wild
It
time.
was the
What?
60s
So you
also.
say मैं Taj Mahal के लिए घूमने फिरने के लिए आ गया इधर अभी
नहीं,
मैं
नहीं.
mind
And
change
also
करके
my-
इधर
my-
Why,
आया
yeah,
मुझे
why
देखने
is
का आगे हो.
Kajol's grandmother talking in an accent?
No, my
I just gave her a character, Baba. I'm sorry. You wanted to be a little more salt of the earth, North Indian type. Oh, yaar.
Tamilian,
Wow.
Baba. She's Tamilian. You'd be
Oh,
Tamilian.
sorry. I'm not going to do that now. I refuse. Please.
So then what
So
did
what,
she do?
I am more interested in how they got into the jail to eat the food.
Okay, because her bahu, my aunt, was the daughter of the
No,
governor of
Kajol,
the
how
Reserve
did the
Bank.
process of allowing them to eat the food happen? They're not inmates.
Because my aunt was the daughter of the governor of the Reserve Bank. So there were
So
connections.
they pull strings. So, yeah,
Of
okay.
course.
Now it makes
Can't
sense.
just-
So the call came to the jailer, superintendent fellow, who said, boss ka ladki hai and all that. And so immediately, ha, shalam, shalam, shalam.
I
And next thing you
assume
know-
so. I assume so. It's a very old story. I was just told this part. But
There was
my
no phone?
grandmom,
Okay, a telegram came and then, he read it. Boss, ki ladki. And then, okay. Yeah. Abbas has gone to sleep, by the way.
so all the upma in my grandmom's house post that was called prison upma because she used to make it equally badly.
Ouch. Oof. Hey, that's a good story. What do you think about this as a 26-part series across the jails of India?
No, I
Abbas
think
goes on a tour.
Why did you said Kunal?
I don't think Kunal's got pancreatitis, so I don't think he's the right guy
I
to
don't
go
think
to
this food will
places.
affect him. It'll be excellent for his pancreatitis.
I'm thinking take a younger guy because Kunal's too set in his ways, no? Okay, chalo. Kunal and Abbas together.
is there a chance that you are making Kunal pay for something else, Kajol? Making him, I don't know.
He's just hoping that after visiting 26 jails, one will just adopt him. You belong here, beta. And next thing you know,
I think it's a great idea. Just tell Kunal that he should do a series on jails.
I think it's a decent idea in the sense that I think people would like to see this because the perspective is very different when you talk about it for the first time. What is jail food like? It's not a thought you've had very often. So it's quite interesting. Because maybe we're wrong. Maybe the stereotype is not exactly what we think because we think Tihar, Yerwada, these Hatha Road. But there are many jails somewhere in Jabalpur or somewhere, northeast or whatever. There might be a better jail with nice facilities and
No,
food.
yeah. My mom was a social worker now. So I've even been to remand homes for underage kids. The food
That was
is
your
not
house. Sorry. And
the food is not great, Cyrus. The food is not good anywhere.
That's
It's a
so
government
sad.
institution. They
Even
have to feed a lot
criminals
of
should
people.
be allowed to eat.
Except for McDonald's, which is where the food is amazing.
So can I tell you in Dubai, when they keep you in the
Yeah.
airport, and I won't mention names of celebrities who've been kept there for drug
Mm.
possession, etc. So you
Mm.
can see them when you pass, when you're walking.
Vijaras.
I'm not taking names. It's not fair. But because all
When
the
you
Indian,
don't take names, it's okay. But
Abbas, the
when
Indian
we
and
take
Pakistani
names, you
guys,
keep
no,
poking us.
Indian and
Okay.
Pakistani guys, you know what they do now? If they recognize you, they come and tell you, "Dekho, dekho, kaun hai andar?"
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
take you. It's
yeah.
like a squash court with glass thing, and you can see it, right?
Mm.
So if they
Mm.
recognize you, you have to go with them because they're so excited to show you another desi in jail. It's like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
We are so proud of our people. Well done.
I think Dubai jail, Nitin Mirani performed for them also.
They get great food. It's air conditioned. It's like a proper hotel. You look at it from outside and say, wait a
Oh.
minute. If I'm late for my flight, whatever, I'm early for my flight, it's not the worst, position to be in. I must say. So I'm just saying, maybe
So
Scandinavia
if
will have great jails.
yeah, if
sure
ever you get
Sweden and
detained, you're recommending the Dubai airport to get detained.
Dubai jail, Scandinavian countries I hear are great. They have even
Yeah.
open jail policies where you're in jail,
Yeah, yeah,
but there's
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
shut. They're just expected not to leave because they don't know that they can or that they should or whatever. Imagine a Desi being locked up and the bars are not there. There's no door. It's 10 o'clock. There's no man standing outside with a gun or anything. I mean, he's off. He's gone forever.
Oh, but then the Desi wouldn't leave. He's like, this is the life I dreamed for.
Yeah. Mummy, you must come and visit.
Okay, let's go to the AMAs.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
So the first question comes from Ameya Bonde. He asks, hi Cyrus and team. So my AMA question for the entire panel is, what are your views on people getting your name wrong?
So I'm immune.
Cyrus, I think you're the most qualified for this. Yeah.
No, I'm immune.
Silesh.
Yeah, that's true. My name is, but even Kajol gets pronounced, I pronounce it wrong all the time. Abbas is the only one I
Kajol
pronounce.
and Kajol gets pronounced, but no one gets my last name right, yeah. So it's Srivastava, Srivasan, something. I don't give a damn anymore.
Although, frankly
So
speaking, Srinivasan is a well-known name. It's not difficult unless you live in some ghetto where you only know your community or something. Those kind of people.
I'll give you an example, Kajal. So you remember I messaged you a couple of days ago about a corporate show inquiry that I had, which I forwarded on to you.
Which I got.
So yeah, oh, amazing. So this
you
person,
give him 10%.
now
give him 10%,
after I tell you this story, don't cancel it, okay? So so they approached me and they were like, we wanted to perform for a group of women or whatever. So I was like, I think my friend Kajol would be more suitable for this. So I sent them her contact, and her name in my phone is saved as Kajal. Okay. So then she replies back saying, is it Kajal or Kajol? So I was like, it's spelled Kajal, but it's pronounced Kajol. And it shows the full name, Kajol Srinivasan. So then she's asking, but her surname is Srinivasan. Why do they call her Kajol? I'm like, no, it's a Bengali
Talk to
name.
her parents.
So
No, how dare you ask that question? I can be called Laurie for all you know. I mean, that's my parents' point, not yours.
Why is this person so concerned about what her last name is and how to pronounce
why
it
is she
and all of that?
offended? Oh, if she's Tamil, how does she have this name?
It's not offended. They're just
It's almost like offended. Like, how dare you?
They just
So
try
then
to.
I had to do Kajol set for her. No, she's 1/3 Bengali and 1/3 Tamil.
And what's the 1/3?
Marwadi.
You're Maru also.
Mother
Wow.
side.
What a lovely mix. But that's great. That's fantastic.
My
I
mom
wish
calls
India was
my
mixed
mom
up
says
like
my
this, which
granddad
is
was
great.
the only poor Marwadi in Bombay. So we're
That
not all
might be
that
true.
happy about it.
I've grown up only with Madhus, and I've not met a poor one. I'm relatively poor one, yes, but not poor. I
My
mean,
granddad
honestly.
was into Bollywood, so he's produced the old Bisal Baad with Hemant Mukherjee, and he
Bisal
didn't make
Oh.
money
Bad.
from that
Ramsey
also. Huh?
Brothers.
Yeah, not
No,
I
no,
doubt
the
Ramsey
so.
old,
Brothers,
the
Ramsey
black and
Brothers,
white
Bisal Bad.
one. The
the
black
black
and
and white
white
one.
one, Cyrus. Why?
Oh, that's
When has
before
Hemant
that.
Kumar worked with Ramsey
Oh, okay,
Brothers?
okay, okay. All right. I don't bow to you because I'm not familiar then. Sorry. But did he have a casting couch?
No, she said it was a petticoat government in our house. My mother was in charge. Father didn't have the guts to do anything.
So I'd be like going from my house to your house. I'd again have
Yeah,
no
exactly.
status whatsoever. Damn it. It's not a good
For
friend to have.
me,
Really. Huh.
people spell my name as Abhas, Abhay, and I've told the story of how one cop thought my name was Abraham, so he made a
He thought
slip
you were a
regarding
prophet.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Abbas, sorry, if your name goes wrong, there's no hope for the country because you're, with due respect, one of the common names alive. Okay.
And best friend of Mr. Modi in his childhood.
Yeah, all that. But I'm saying, who doesn't know an Abbas? I mean, you can't be, I mean, really, come on. But when you go down the
All I'll
name,
say, there are people in our country who grow up completely alienated and cut off and don't meet people of other cultures. So for them, these names are very strange and new and unique. So yeah,
wow,
there are people.
that's a lot of prejudice coming from you, minority.
Not no
Ouch.
prejudice is there, not
Yeah.
not from my side. Anyway, the next question comes from Hari B. He says, "Hi, thanks to the sex massage episode and Niv, I am listening to Peter Cat recording, which is not lo-fi but nice trippy jazz and moody blues. Thank you for the podcast. Makes my drive to
Who,
work and back bearable in the
who was the Peter Cat
Namma
fan?
Uru traffic." Nivedita.
And I know, and Kajol, you also. So one of you started going on about it as
No,
well.
No, I was just going on about sex massage the whole episode, Cyrus.
No,
It
that was
very,
fine,
like,
but the Peter Cat then turned out to be this iconic guy, and everybody was, there was more than one
yeah,
person.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm too old.
No,
Who's going to remember?
yeah. It's not a question. He's just saying thanks for
Imagine
the
Peter Cat having to, on the phone with him, Mr. Cat, and they're pronouncing that wrong, Mr.
there's a
Cat.
restaurant in Calcutta called Peter Cat. Isn't that the same guy? I don't know.
maybe his name is an homage to that restaurant. I don't know.
Maybe it's just a cheap version of the famous chocolate. They just want to keep the
Not
brand.
Kit Kat.
Yeah, no,
It took me a while to get that. Anyway,
don't worry. Mine is all about the journey, no, not the way you reach.
right. The next one comes from Somit Iyer. Hi everyone. At what point would you introduce super chats on YouTube? Do you need to hit minimum subscriber number? This question is Abbas or Antariksh, as somebody who would need to explain to
Since I have
Cyrus
no idea
what
what you're
super
talking
chat
about,
means.
Yeah. I'm
Just kidding.
starting my OnlyFans channel now. I've decided.
Did
enough.
you
Oh,
already
really?
started on Instagram? I thought I saw something. No?
It's not. That was
That
like a
was a
mistake.
taste. That was just a taste.
I was
teaser.
trying to show my right quad stomp, a la Jay Cutler. All the people attacking my legs all the time. That's it. Okay, and then he tells me there's a hole in the underwear, so I covered it with my hand, and then of course it looked terrible later when when I saw it, I didn't see that part. I was so happy with the right leg striations coming out, and I was just, it's vanity is a horrible thing, really. You miss the other part, and then until
Having an
Maya,
OnlyFans is
I was
not an
take this
easy
now.
thing.
My
na,
friends follow
Cyrus?
you. Huh?
Having an OnlyFans is not easy. It's just like plugging your OnlyFans wherever you can. Like subscribe.
Let's go. You think
But no,
Volvo and HUFT will stay? I'm just a little worried there now for a minute. Got to check that out offline.
but
With
you do
Spurs
know
as
what
we
a
speak.
super chat is, right?
Yeah. Test me. Except I
Essentially,
can't hear.
on YouTube, you can pay to get your comment or your question highlighted. So the moment
But who do you
you
pay?
make the
YouTube?
YouTube channel, yeah,
Wow, those guys make money out of
yeah.
us all the time. Like this is ridiculous.
I mean, you have to
But
connect
we have
your
been paying
YouTube
just to get
account
this
to.
on YouTube. So ours is a different. We're really low in the list
But
of where to
guys,
go.
you don't need a certain subscriber number because you'll need
I
to
mean,
hit
we've
that before
crossed
Silvery goes to
12,000.
watch Japanese porn again or whatever he did last time, right?
What is that a thing we are doing? That if you hit a certain number of subscribers,
Don't
you'll
you
do a
remember
thing.
how Silvery managed to lock
Sparsh is
yourself?
saying we've crossed the minimum.
Oh, how we
threshold
lost it?
that is
How we lost
required.
the
How you
thing?
lost it? How you lost it?
Oh,
I
We,
that.
we
remember.
lost it because he was on some adult website or something, so they
Yeah,
cancelled us.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
horrible. And the
And
best part, I think
because of
Amit was in America, so he was so upset. He left the team alone for like 10 days, and he comes back. There's no YouTube. It's like that.
because of
And it's
that
me
now
and Silvery. Huh? Me and Silvery. So now, I don't know what I'm doing. And that guy was like, it went out like that for half an hour.
And I was a guest on the first episode after you lost your YouTube, and there were
Yeah.
3 people watching.
Yeah. He had to start from scratch. And Kajol, Amit was very cross, I must tell you. I mean, he was trying his best not to be. And when you're trying not to be, it's like when you're drunk and trying not to be drunk, it was like that. Yeah. Yeah. So what did you talk even more? His softness becomes more aggressive, Have you noticed that? So Amit goes softer when he's a little angry. And that softness came out, and Silvery was stammering even more. Silvery wouldn't get a word out. Silvery was like,
I think Silvery had no regret. He was like, yeah, I was just wanted to read this manga, and I don't know what happened, man. Everything just went away. But
I still don't,
I
don't know what happened.
I forgot.
I still don't know what happened.
I was
can't figure
saying
it
that
out.
because of that one incident, the social media team in office is now not allowed to leave their laptops outside in the open. They have to lock them in a locker before going away for the day.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
They have to lock the key?
Yeah, they have to put their
Don't they have
systems in a
passwords?
locker. I mean, yeah, they can come and retrieve it the next day, but they can't just leave a laptop overnight in the office unattended.
Bro, I do think we should wait till we see real success before we behave like this. You gotta be like, it just makes no sense.
No, I
What do you
totally
lose?
get it.
You got
You
nothing
can't
to lose.
risk losing 12,000 subscribers again. But I want to ask.
Hey,
in
bro, we
return,
came back. Kajal was right.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
how many were that very first episode. We were back to square one. It's so embarrassing. It's a new medium. 3. She's not even joking. Literally, right? It was like literally like 10 people or something. It was ridiculous.
But I would like to ask who's asked this question. Somit, how much what's the most you would pay to get your super chat featured on the chat? Let us know, and then we'll think about it.
Is it a rate card thingy? I thought it's just a set price, right?
People pay in dollars and pounds and all of it. Yeah.
So
That's
because
how
the rupee is
Tanmay
so
Bhatt
weak,
makes a living. That's how Tanmay Bhatt makes a living.
foreign exchange.
He streams he streams for 3-4 hours, and people keep doing the super chats for him.
Wow. Can we hire him? But there'll be 3 fat boys in our office. No, leave it.
Sparsh is saying we've crossed the number and we'll get the answer from him on Thursday, as tomorrow we have to. The very subtly Sparsh reminding me that I have to make an announcement that we won't be having an episode tomorrow, which is a Wednesday, because of Dussehra. So we will see you again.
So then why did we
Thursday.
do this show? We would have been
Because
fine.
This is a Tuesday episode, Cyrus. It's Tuesday today.
Oh, so why didn't I shoot that damn thing on Wednesday? Oh, so Dussehra.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Himmel. Schnell. Okay, got it. Wow.
I have one last.
By the way, I'm going to Mira Road today because it's Tuesday,
What?
right? I'm going to Mira Road, yeah,
Why
which
you
is
going
really
Mira
far
Road?
for
Wow,
me.
okay.
And forget that Kajal, I have to
For a
come back in the night.
But why
Can
are
you
you
imagine
going?
that?
Why are you going?
Are British left the country because of these kind of things? Mira Road back to town. The
Why
most
go to
British
Mira
commanders said,
Road?
okay,
I said,
that's it.
drop into my house on the way.
How? Where's it on the way? You're halfway. After you start to drive.
No.
You're only Kandivli.
Yeah,
You're from Mira Road.
Come over.
Oh, I'm already feeling depressed. And
We
actually,
both know
it's not
that
Tuesday.
Cyrus is not going to come over. Okay, can I take one last
I would
question
happily
from
go over, but
Discord?
where's the time? I have to go and do something then, whatever, in so many hours and come back.
Is it an event or is it a shoot?
Shoot.
Okay.
CHUT, shoot.
Rogue Cucumber asks, how much of a cat person is Cyrus? We know Naveen has a pet cat. Why doesn't Cyrus have one?
I don't mind keeping. We feed cats at the BG. I'm fighting all
I
these
love cat.
haters that are there now. So some idiot in the lawns which are owned by the BMC and not owned by any club, let me tell you. Oh, the cat poop is too much. We can't exercise. It was rubbish exercise they do in any case. Cat poop is so small in a huge lawn. These are the issues. That's why, how do you explain that India is not a superb, happy society when these are the problems people have? Honestly, and don't come after me with VIPs. Really, how can this be an issue with somebody? That you're so small-minded they won't chase cats because they may do poop in a lawn which is open to everyone. Okay, so it's like Azad Maidan or Shivaji Park, it's a proper full ground. A cat poop. Kajol as a cat person, Abbas as a cat person. Please show the size of cat poop.
My cat goes outside and poops and comes back. I'm like, that's chill.
No, you must be having a sand pit. So now we're going to try and get that done. But
Yeah.
I'm like, just the way people get angry, just ridiculous. Over what? Frustrated, unbelievably
No,
unhappy.
luckily the people in my
ridiculously
building are
small-minded.
all very cat lovers and they pet the cat whenever they see the cat. So I think
The problem
here
with petting a
it's
cat
chill.
is a cat is very low. So your hamstrings take a beating every time. So I have to be
Yeah,
very careful at
that's
my age.
true.
So I stretch before I pat. Or I go down and I stay with them for a little while. Make it paisa vasool. Yeah.
Did you
But
ever have
early-
a pet cat, Cyrus?
I brought a cat home, but they're from the road when I was young. When my mom made me,
Okay.
we fed her and then had to put her back. I bought everything home. Pigeons, turtle I found in a market and brought home.
Is that how you found
Sparrows.
Kunal?
The Kunal I left downstairs. The delivery boy brought him up. That was a bit sad. Yeah.
Okay. That brings us
Kunal,
to
by the way,
the
didn't
end of
like
the
animals.
AMAs. Really?
No, he was scared.
Oh.
He was scared of dogs. He was no connection with cats or cows or anything. Nothing. It's taken him a long time. Now he's okay, but he's not really an animal enthusiast. But now he's okay around them.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
That's
likes
it
to watch
for the day.
plate.
That's it for this Tuesday.
Kajol is asking, have we neutered Kunal? No,
I said
no.
he likes animals on his plate.
You had to, right? You had to kill the moment. A crusader, me and Abbas fighting for cats, and now just another hypocrite. Yeah, McDonald's.
Cool.
Right.
We'll see you on Thursday, and I think I'll be on the Thursday episode again. So it's an abundance of me.
Ooh, and I think Thursday I should be here,
Okay.
right? Because
Really?
it's evening.
It's
the
evening
show.
Yes. It's the evening show.
Unless we can
When
do
you
it
say
on-
here, you mean where you are right now.
Yeah, I pointed at the camera like an idiot, but
Okay.
yeah, you're right. Where I am exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Kajol,
Hotel
where will you
Paradiso.
be? Anything you want to plug?
No,
Kajol
nothing.
will be
I'm
I'm
with
currently
me.
in Baroda. I'm currently in
Kajol
Baroda.
will be with me
Oh,
because
nice.
October 5th, my wife leaves. So there's a vacancy. Kaj, hop in, bro. Right here.
I mean, she's asking you to stop by on Wednesday for.
yeah,
for-
but what stop by?
Yeah.
She can be here for 21 days because I'm wifeless. And bring your friends, Kajol. Only females, huh? Huh.
All right.
Sorry, big boy. But you can play with Kunal upstairs. Okay? If you drop in. Abbas, I'm telling
Okay,
Abbas.
I think we should wrap up because
Yeah,
this is
we
going
should.
into
Oh, I see.
NSFW category.
Yeah,
Hamisha will put an NSFW warning for this. So that's all from us. Bye bye.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps. Please, we beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter, on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.